Hey folks, Technivorous here. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to upgrade the firmware on your Ender 3 V2. And we're going to be using the TH3D's Unified firmware, which you can download at the first link down below. We are also going to be using a program called Visual Studio Code in order to make a couple of changes before we save that to our SD card. You're also going to obviously need an SD card, and you're going to want to take that, right click, and format it to FAT32 with the allocation unit size of 4096. So that being said, once you've done all of that, we will continue this video. Technivorous channel is brought to you by these fine Patreon supporters. Check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/technivorous. Okay, before we fully jump into the firmware, take notice this picture that you have on the screen here. This is actually my logo that I updated as my boot screen on my Ender 3 V2. That is done during the process of updating the firmware for the LCD screen. So the LCD screen itself has an actual SD card slot. You can learn how to do that in the video I put up in the corner right up here. But for now, we're going to pop back over here and we're going to open that software you should have downloaded already. We're going to go to, we're in Visual Studio Code, and we're going to go to Open Folder. And I already have it navigated to the folder I want, except I'm going to back out. This is for the LCD firmware. We're not working on that anymore. So we're going to go into the firmware folder and make sure firmware is selected, not build root. So we need to back out. Firmware and click select folder. That's going to bring in everything that we need, and there's really only one change you need to make in here to make this work, and that is in the configuration.h file, and it is this one, not the one in stock Marlin files. Let's shut that down. It is, you should see this right away in the hierarchy. Go ahead and click that open, and you're going to go down and you're going to scroll to still opening stuff here. You're going to scroll to the line where it defines your printer. And I'm all the way down at the bottom. Alright, let's up here where it says uncomment things in one printer section only. So basically I have uncommented the Ender 3 version that I have, as well as left the board that I'm not using alone. You don't want to uncomment them both. You want to make sure that you have the right one selected, otherwise things aren't going to work out for you. So from this point, basically what we're going to do is we're going to build the project, and that's by clicking this little check mark down here. Then it will give us a file that we need, and that file is the bin file, and that file is actually going to be back up here at the top. Now that we've built, all this stuff should show up under build and STM32 whatever underscore Creality. We are looking for this. So let's click on this with the right click and click Reveal in File Explorer. That's going to bring us to here. Then we can open that up and find that bin file that we need, which is right here. So this is the file we're actually going to put on our micro SD card. So let's grab, don't have it open right now. Let's do this. We'll grab this guy right here. This is a removable disk. Remember, we formatted it to be FAT32 with that specific byte allocation size. We'll slide the firmware over into here, and that is basically it with the PC part of this process. So now we will go back over to the Ender 3 V2 here. I'm going to take this out of the computer, and it's going to beep and be angry with me. We're going to go ahead and pop that right in the SD card slot and power on the printer. Now, it'll automatically do the update that it needs to do. You can see there's nothing on the screen there. It is lighting up, but it's not really doing much. We're going to give it a few minutes, and we will come back when everything is all done, refire it up, and see if everything is up to snuff. There it goes, loading my boot logo, so I pretty much know it's working, and here we are. Let's go ahead and see the main screen. If we go to Info, you can now see, and I know it's a little bit hard to read. Let me see if I can get my camera in here a little bit better. Sorry about that. You can see that it says firmware version TH3D Unified firmware 2.22, and then it has some contact details in there, the size of the printer. So we know our upgrade worked. We are doing good. Let's get back to printing. that's going to be it for this video, guys. Pay no attention to the mess going on behind me. Pay more attention to the mess going on my shirt. Check this out. Finally got the merch available. That's right, finally hit 10K, so the merch is finally here. Make sure you check out the Teespring merchandise bar below the video. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe because we have more videos coming your way. In fact, I've thrown a couple of suggestions, videos for you to watch on the screen right now, so go ahead and check those out. When you get done, don't forget to pop over and check out the merchandise. There's plenty of stuff to see, and thanks for watching, guys.